to be tough. I've got to do this from memory, and I'm not allowed to do what I'd normally do, taste while I bake. Whilst being watched very closely, I'm going to put some chilli in a bowl, add roasted garlic, salt, curry powder, fresh grated ginger, and some tinned tomatoes. I'm going to mix all this together.
I think you need a bit more salt in there.
Okay, I'm going to put more salt in it. There you go. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Now, I wanted it, it's my interpretation of yours. Okay? Give me a break.
Well, that is fine.
Then I'm going to heat some oil in a pan and add some carom seeds and leave them to cook. I'm adding fresh cod to the curry sauce, which I'm going to leave to marinate. Makes me very nervous with these ladies sitting right next to me. Now for the chapati bread. To some wholemeal flour, I'm adding salt, a drop of oil, and some water. Wholemeal flour naturally takes more water than white flour. So you add a little bit at a time, mix it together, feel it, a little bit more again. Get your hands in there, mix it round. And it's beginning to come together now. I'm going to add a little bit more. That will probably do. And that I'll be happy with. The ladies look concerned about my carom seeds. Apparently, if they burn, they become bitter. They're not going black though.
No, you can smell it.
You can smell it now.
So that's telling you it's ready.
Yeah.
It's ready.
I'm going to put them in right now. Okay. As the carom seeds release their flavour, it's time to add the marinated fish and some of the sauce, making sure it doesn't dry up.
Add a bit of water.
Sorry?
They're quite thick pieces of cod.
So I'm going to add some water. Do you reckon it? How much should I add? Is that about right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, is this how you were taught?
Really,
So
yeah.
I've got 3 mums now.
Aye.
And I'm sitting there, I've got 3 mums, and I've been taught how to cook. I mean, it's similar with me, because my dad taught me a lot about baking when I was very young. And my mum did as well. But I think sometimes when you're learning from family, you tend not to listen. If you learn from somebody else, you tend to listen more because you think you know everything. With your mum and dad, you should be doing that. You go, yeah, whatever. And you do it your own way anyway. These recipes mean something to you guys, don't they? I mean, they're important.
It's keeping the tradition and the culture going of food since our parents came over here way back in the 1930s and 40s.
Yeah.
And over the years, we've seen the creation of the British version of curries.
Yeah.
And it's
What do you think of that?
terrible. Sorry.
While the cod is cooking, knead the dough so it's ready for the next stage.
See, watching you making that dough, any Indian mother-in-law would be proud of you.
Would she? Yes. See?
Yeah.
We're picking it up. Once it's developed a silky smooth texture, it's ready to be split into pasty-sized portions. Now what you do with this, you cook this out, make sure the meat is nice and well cooked. Now this, once it's cooked, needs to be cooled. And when it's cooled, you pop it into a separate container and then you reduce down the sauce. And what I've done is add cooked chickpeas to this as well. Chickpeas will soak up any excess mixture and stop the pastry from going soggy. Finally, add the cool cod and mix to infuse the flavours. Your mix has to be cold before it goes into the chapati mix, so I don't mind if it breaks down because the pieces are going inside something slightly different to the way you did it.
Yeah.
So this is where I sort of take over the idea. And obviously chickpeas was my idea. I think I wanted something to bulk it out as well, and that's why I went for chickpea. So that's my mix ready. Then roll out the chapati dough, add some of the mixture, and pinch together to make a pasty. Each one of these goes onto a tray. I'll do another one. Do you approve so far?
Yes.
Aye.
Is it different?
I'm impressed with your chapati rolling.
It's what?
I'm impressed with your chapati rolling.
Yeah, what about this? Okay, I'll do some pizza throwing. No, I'm just showing off now, see. We take these quite thin because traditionally chapatis are quite soft, aren't they?
Yes.
And so, because we're going to bake these, this will create something very different. This will create something that's going to bake and probably be quite crunchy. I think the crunchiness with the cod I think it should be something a little bit different, you know? Then they're ready for baking. Put in the oven at 200 degrees for 25 minutes. Once they've gone dark and crispy, they're done.
Maybe we'll start serving them in a cafe.
That's what I like to hear. Serve them in the cafe.
Different, eh?
This is one.
Different taste.
They will be different. And there you have it, my beautiful Scottish curry cod pasty, inspired by these beautiful Punjabi ladies, and I hope that one day it'll make its way into your menu at the Punjabi Junction.
Sure it will, thank you.
I'm proud of this recipe. Curry